So here's my idea. I was planning on using an external sequencer. I have Reaper just handle the sound modules. So it's receiving all the MIDI and just producing the sound. I'm not using the Reaper sequencer. So the first thing I set up was the Loop MIDI application. I'm going to leave a link in the description. So with Loop MIDI, I used the 86 box emulator, a 486 machine, and then added the sound, a sound blaster, and then I can handle the mid out and mid in. So in this case, the mid out is going to go to the loop MIDI. The mid input is my MIDI controller, Oxygen 25. Then inside, I'm using Cakewalk 5 for DOS as my MIDI sequencer. And then I started to load the channels inside Reaper. The theme I'm using is the Imperial theme. I'm also going to put the link on the description. And you can see here I have channel 1, 3 tracks using channel 1. And then on the MIDI inputs, I just select MIDI input, the loop MIDI, and channel 1. So this way is going to filter all the channels and only input channel 1. So if I press here on my keyboard, and if I check my list of effects, the first thing I have is the Wusik Station AD. So this is just for the kick. And added the reverb. So this is an impulse convolution reverb. And I'm using the fast gate from Alesis, I think the name is Alesis MIDI verb. So you can see here. No, it doesn't show here, but it's on my samples folder. So if I go to my samples folder, samples, impulses, Alesis MIDI verb 2. So this is the one I'm using. The gate reverb. And I also added this Mac attack from Waves to add a bit of attack to the sound. Then on the second track, also use the MIDI input channel 1. I added another Wusik Station AD, but this time in a different pad. So then I can use a different reverb. In this case, also use the fast gate, but with less sound. And then I'm routing. So if I check here, channel 1 snare, I'm sending a bit of the reverb to a FX reverb bus, which also has the Alesis MIDI verb reverb. In this case is the X large one. And then on the third track, also using channel 1, still is on channel 1, I added the remaining sounds that I wanted with no convolution reverb. So they are here. But in the case of the clap, I'm using internal FX send. So this is the FX send 1 that goes to global send 1, where I added a studio reverb just for the clap. And on this case, if I check my mixer, you can see that it's also sending a bit extra reverb. And it's also compressing with CLA 2A. Then, if I go to my sequencer now on channel 2, which is the bass, it goes to the track 4, channel 2. So my MIDI input is on channel 2. Then I have my bass sound in here. And then I have a bit of extra effects, including a chorus effect, and then the airbase compressor. And that's how I created. So I used the sequencer from the Cakewalk. I have another video which shows the sequencer playing, and I'm going to put a link in the description. And the final thing, in this case, for this sequencer, the metronome was a bit different. So it sends one note with a low velocity, and then there's an accent for the first beat. So I had to set up another channel. So I set up for channel 16. So channel 16. And then I also loaded the sounds. But in this case, I'm using the Reaper, how to call this? Resample-O-Matic 5000. It's a sampler that comes with Reaper. So I just set up the note, but the velocity was the important one. So if I go to the sequencer and start recording, it plays metronome correctly. So it plays the two sounds, one at velocity 1 to 114, and then 103 to 127. So that's how I handle the metronome. And that's pretty much what I did for the project. So in this song in particular, I have channel 1 to 7, each one playing a different sound with Wusik Station instance. That way I could load some of retro sounds from stuff like the Korg X5. Here's the Casio SK200. And I got everything sequenced internally by the Cakewalk 5 for DOS. And it works pretty great. So that's it. You can check the video of the song if you want. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.